Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're having a good weekend. Want to show you a few things that I'm seeing in the charts and prepare you for the next week. Maybe I'll start doing these near the end of the week, every week, or something like that. I will do more videos, showing tokens that look like they're in accumulation zone, stuff like that as the week progresses. But for now, I just kind of want to give you a macro view, or at least a whatever you want to call it, the view over the next couple of weeks. And I have a couple of things that I think could show us we're going to have an opportunity to buy at least a few of these tokens for cheaper, because I see a situation where Bitcoin could pull back just slightly. I mean, it's nothing major. We know that these tend to happen every cycle as the bull market continues, as the uptrend continues. We know that these pullbacks happen. And what we're looking for with Bitcoin is probably 20 to 25%. Could even be as little as 10% on this first one. But, as things progress, you'll probably see that 20 to 25% more. And it's just to shake people out. I mean, it's nothing we have to worry about. This is just a quick look here at our Discord. The Discord link is below. I'm not going to say a whole lot about this. We do have charts with targets for all of our high conviction plays. We also cover, like Soul Memes, stuff like that. So if you're interested in things like that, or Nansen Smart Money, tracking smart money wallets, that's what we do in this channel here, or in this Discord. So that's below. Also, any of the charts that you see, like, let me find one here. So like here with the AI buy, AI sell, seeing these signals here, that's Engineering Robo. You'll find that in the description below. And then also I'm going to show you some of Nansen today at the end, and the Nansen link is below as well. So of course, if you're enjoying this content, as always, I know a lot of you watch these videos that I do, and I appreciate it. But if you're new to the channel, I cover smart money. I try to get you prepared for the bull market to make as much money as you can. Of course, none of this is financial advice, but I'm just sharing with you some of the things that I'm getting into, and journaling my experience, sharing some of my TA with you so that you can learn to do TA for yourself. So let's start here with Nansen. This is a special query that they have showing how many tokens are currently bullish according to CoinGecko on a 30-day above 360-day cross. And that's about 25% of these tokens. But what I want you to notice is this purple line is really turning up quickly. And usually when that happens, if it moves up too quick, it needs some kind of, pause. This is a really good example back here, 2021, when that first dip happened, and then it pumped up into that November top here. And I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying whenever you see a big vertical move by this purple line, usually it's going to, come back and give some support and let you buy cheaper on some of these tokens. Here's another example. It's not quite back here. It's not quite as vertical. But, this one right here actually kept going up until, how many months did this happen? November. So this is about, 3 months? Yeah, it's about 3 months. So there is a chance, we started here November. Actually, it could end up being the same thing, where in January we have a pullback. And, right here, this is probably the best example. It doesn't last very long with these quick corrections, maybe a month or so. Could be as little as 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So that's what we'll be looking for, is some kind of, some kind of temporary pullback to take advantage of. Could happen over the next week. And I'm going to show you that with money supply here in a minute. Or it could take until January for something like this to happen. We'll just have to see. Let's look at Bitcoin. I'm just going to take this away because you don't need that. This is just volume profiles that I was looking at. If we were to have a pullback, I think it would probably happen somewhere in this box, or at least hold this line. It could temporarily dip below because there is a lot of support back up in here before it pumped. And I'm going to show you a fractal here, which you can't really trade fractals necessarily. But you can, sometimes it is going to rhyme. And I want to show you a few of these. Let me get some of this off the screen, because we don't need it for this. All right, so just stepping out here from a broad view, I'll be looking at this area right here, and really you could look at this one as well. And there's another one like right up here when the breakout first started, but I'm just going to show you how similar this looks and what to expect out of price action. Give me 1 second to find it here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you one here that happened more recently. Let me find it. I think it's this one. Okay, so this happened back in October into January of 2024. So 2023 to 2024, which is kind of the same time frame we're looking at. But if you see this, and these aren't going to be perfect. And then this one. Okay, something like that. So let me zoom this in so it's not as hard to see. Maybe I should go to a higher time frame actually. Okay, here we go. That looks better. All right, so if we're comparing the current price action, which is over here on the left side, to previous price action from 2023 to the start of 2024, then just notice how this is very similar. And again, this is not going to play out exactly. Sometimes it does rhyme. So this would equal this. You can see this little M structure right there, roughly. Actually, this could be the M right here, and then this could be this other one back in here. And then we'll look at this other structure here. You're going to see it looks very familiar as well. So something like that. And this one's a little bit more difficult, but it's something like that. So you'll see here, it had this big move down, established that new support, which was right here. And then it came back up, and that would be this structure. And then it pumped above it would be this one. My only question is, actually, we could have done this one, but we have yet to do this one. So my question is, are we still going to have a move up above this one and then come down? And I don't know, this may hold right there. It's not the best line, but if you imagine this happening where it gets, where it extends above and grabs more liquidity, people up here trying to take longs, hoping this breakout happens. And then shorts jump in here. Market makers are already placing their shorts, and then price comes back down to here. Now this one fell down a little bit more, and that's why I have this box here. It's because it could come into that area. So this is just an illustration of what could happen. I'm not saying it is, but come up, reject it, come down, reject it, and then finally start building. It's kind of what happened right here, right? So just understand that this can happen, and if it does, I really don't know how much alts can pull back. In a bull market, they're not going to pull back as much, but I would suspect that especially the ones that are hitting resistance are going to, because that's just the way it is. But hopefully this makes sense to you. To me, it looks very similar. And if we jump over here to the M2 money supply, it tends to lag about 10 weeks. So, money supply has recently, that's this one right here, it was at 108 trillion, and now it's down here to 105 trillion. So this is a global M2 supply growth year over year and year over year growth rate. So this is like the central bank's liquidity. I'm sure there's more involved in it, but that's kind of how you look at it, because the central banks kind of control everything. So price pumped here on Bitcoin because 10 weeks prior, liquidity came in. Let's just see if that's about 10 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's 10 or 11, somewhere in there. But yeah, it seems it was pretty close there. So some people say it takes about 10 weeks. So if we start here at the peak of where M2 started going down while Bitcoin was still going up, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're on the 10th week. I may have counted that wrong. No, we're on the 9th week. Okay, so that's why I'm saying it could happen within the next week or so. So, maybe we'll get that where we have some kind of quick move up, either a double top or it gets just above it. Or maybe this is already that move. I can't tell. It's hard to tell, really, because these things, like I was saying here, if we just remove this, like I was saying here, this thing could be this one, this first one right here. Let's see, because this did that and went side. Yeah, so to me, we're still within, and I'm just saying if this plays out the same way, and I'm not saying it is, you know, don't trade based off of this because it doesn't mean that it's going to go up. But, you know, this right here, this section looks very similar to me. And so if we get a move back up here, which it would move, you know, last time it moved, I mean, you can't really use this as a barometer, but let me find my thing here. So it got up 7% higher than this last time. What would that be? Roughly 110 to 115K maybe. 110 to 112. So we'll say somewhere in there, if you start seeing this move up, then that's probably about where you'd want to watch, somewhere between 108. I've already got a signal there. 108 to 112, something like that. And there's another guy on YouTube, that Market Makers channel. I forget his name. He's watching 108. He says that that's the top of the market, but I highly doubt that because these cycles tend to last longer, but we'll see. I'm still expecting higher, you know, more moves, at least till March, April, and maybe even push into October 2025. Just going by historical cycles, you know, not financial advice on that either. So hopefully that makes sense. I think it's easier when we can look at, you know, patterns here and kind of compare them, though they're hard to find sometimes. I do believe that we will get a much bigger pump out of Bitcoin and the alts. I don't think we've seen anything out of the alts yet. You know, they're just getting started. Yeah, so that's M2. I just wanted to illustrate that for you. Now on Bitcoin dominance here, this is a clear support line. I think maybe I could even move it up a little bit here. I don't know, that was pretty close, something like that. So it almost hit the support line. You know, we definitely want to see it go down. I wonder if this would look better on a weekly. Okay. So it's clear that it's breaking down. I mean, this, if I brought up my engineering robo signals here, this would show an AI sell. We've got 6 or 7 hours left until it gives us that sell signal. I think that there is a chance, you know, if Bitcoin was to dip, it's going to bring alts down with it temporarily. And if that happens, then dominance might go up temporarily to around, you know, 57% or so. And then I think it's going to fail again and then finally get under the support line. So that's what we'd be looking for. Of course, something I said in my in one of my Twitter posts is, which by the way, my Twitter is @bike4sale, SAIL. If you're wanting to check out some of my posts there, I've posted some stuff on there that, well, I'll get into that here in a second. So what was I saying about Bitcoin dominance? I was just making the point that this is, you know, Bitcoin dominance chart is not a cause, it's a result of something else that happened. So if Bitcoin was to pump while altcoins, you know, remained flat or went down a little bit, then Bitcoin would gain dominance. And if Bitcoin remained flat or went down a little bit, or even was going up at the time, and or maybe it was just ranging, whatever, then you may see alts going up during that time, and that would mean that Bitcoin resistance was going down. So this is just it's a way to look and see what's going on with the market, just kind of like an overview. Same with USDT dominance. You know, it does the reverse of what the market's doing. So just understand that that's how that works. You don't want to look at this chart only. You need to see what everything else is doing and then look at this chart, and that would give you confirmation. DEAI a few hours ago, how many hours ago was that? 7 or so? Yeah, I think that's about right, maybe 6 hours. There was some kind of DEAI FUD that was going around on X, and I already had my support line set here because this was support back here. It lost it, it regained it, now it's support again. It looks pretty good to me to hold this bullish line, but we'll see. I was kind of hoping I had a signal here that I wanted to get it a little bit below that, back into the shoulder. So if it was to dip back below there, I'd be buying. And, that's just me. I'm just telling you what I would be doing. It's up to you what you want to do. But yeah, I was hoping for a pullback on this one anyway. So I'm not worried about any of the FUD on there. It's a good project, seems like to me. Of course, with these, you just never know. The FUD could be real. But if you're not willing to take chances in a bullish market, then you're probably not going to make as much money as you could. But you have to be careful, because any money that you put forward, it could be lost, because we don't know what the market's going to do necessarily. It could, a March 2020 thing could happen again. I'm not saying it will, but any of that is possible, we know. So, just be careful with your money as far as that goes. Make sure that you've got enough money to pay your bills and that sort of thing. You don't want to be mortgaging your house, although I know a lot of people do. But this is one thing I was noticing, is that many tokens right now, like say, for example, what's a good one? VPP had a really big push into a bullish line that it couldn't hold, that I had drawn here. This purple lines are lines that I've drawn. And, these big candles tend to retrace about 50%. So this one will give a buy opportunity, I believe. It could even come back down to here, although I'd be surprised. I'm hoping it holds about 50%, and then I was going to buy some. I already had a little bit because I bought it down here at support. But these are the things that we do in our Discord. We try to get into these plays early. So yeah, I'm noticing that a lot of these alts are hitting resistance areas. So, sometimes when that happens, it means that we need a little bit of a rest, for the market, a couple of weeks, whatever. But I do believe the market will continue after that. What's some other things I was saying? I gave AGRS as a good play here that looked good to me. It pumped shortly after, maybe an hour or two after I posted it, because this fractal also, looked pretty good on it. Looked very similar. So maybe it has a pump up and then comes back down, or maybe it just keeps going. I don't know. Okay, and I wanted to show you how many minutes are we in here? About 17 minutes. I want to keep this shorter, so I just want to show you, wrapping things up here, a feature on Nansen, one of the newer ones. I showed this recently, how they've got 5-minute smart money flows now, and 10-minute, hourly, whatever you want to look at. And there's a lot of nice features to this, as far as volume, liquidity, whatever. But you can also look at, where is it at? So these these are the tokens that are trending on Nansen based on the level of user of the Nansen platform. And I just realized that I was on mute. Sorry about that. Let me go back here to where I was at. I think I know where I left you off. So I was talking about, here we go. I was talking about trending. So Maneki is one that we just recently accumulated. These professional users are the ones that pay the most for Nansen. You don't have to have this one. You can get the Pioneer one, and it has just about every single feature in it. And I'm going to show you one more feature after this. But you can sort by 24 hours, see what they're looking at over the last 24 hours, what has the highest score, or you can see by rank change which one seems to be getting the most attention. So this is how you can find, smart money that's searching to see what they want to buy, and it might give you some, additional alpha to find out what you want to buy. And here's the Pioneer users, and then here's the free users, what they're looking for. And so that other feature I was going to show you, if you click on Smart Money and you go to Trades, you can see in real time here what people are buying and what they're selling. So if you were holding Altcoin and you notice a Smart Money wallet getting out of it, maybe you'd want to, who knows. But let me see if I can find one here. Yeah, here's somebody accumulating hot right here. Pretty good buys. These seedling emojis right beside it mean that it's a brand new token created today or within the last 24 hours or something. I don't know. Yeah, so it's not just new tokens. You can look at a lot of different things. You can filter things up here. So you can even sort it by token age. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Be sure to share the video with your friends. Hit the like, comment below, subscribe if you want to. And all the description, info's down there if you want to join our Discord, purchase Nansen. It has 10% off right now. I think they're also doing a 25% off Black Friday thing the rest of this month. And then Engineering Robo, the thing that I show here with the buy and sell signals that's 88% accurate. If y'all want any of those things, you can find it down there. Okay, well, y'all have a good day, and we'll talk again this week. We'll do another video.